Hello, everybody. It's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend for very good vibes. Today, we're here to do an unboxing video again for the Gundam Card Game Steel Requiem Booster Pack. This is GD03 up here, which means it's the third booster pack of the series. I opened like two GD01s, the very first one out. One because I wanted to, as a to do it as a little present for my friends. Another one was more like a gift to me, for my brother. And I kind of skipped GD02 because the cars in that set didn't interest me as much. But this one actually has a lot of cars that do catch my attention. So I went and grabbed this box at my local card shop as soon as it was released, and they have plenty of supplies, so I didn't have to worry about it running out right away. I think they had about like 144 boxes until they until they ran out, like I think 3 hours later. There's a lot of people that came and lined up for the box, but yeah, it was able to last as long as you were able to kind of visit them within the release time. And I think there are still some stores a little bit further away that still has them too. So there's plenty of supplies of these boxes compared to like the very first two boxes for sure. And then the very first one was very, very scarce. Second one's not too bad, but this one's definitely a lot more bigger in supply than the first two for sure. I think like the first one, like when that came out, my local card shop was only like limiting people to buy like 5 booster pack, but this time they were able to let people buy a whole box per person. So I'm really happy I'm able to get my hands on this and ready to see what I can get from it. And yeah, I guess I'll explain cards that I am really looking forward to as I open it. Let's go ahead and turn some background music before we start. Okay, nice. So, let's see. I have some sleeves. I'm kind of running on sleeves. Crazy enough, I've been just making several decks lately, and my huge box of sleeves is kind of running low. And I did buy some, but it's still taking a while to fully get shipped. But eventually we'll get here. I'm just gonna have to be very, very picky of what cars out with sleeves. Probably the mostly LRs at this point, and all the pluses. Okay, let's see. I guess before I actually fully open it, let's go ahead and just take a look at what the whole box looked like. That's camper. As you, what kind of varies the kind of spec from here. That's Freedom Gundam. And if you haven't already tell, that the front is Exia. Pretty sure Exia is going to be the one card that most people are after. For a very good reason, because the Celestial Being Gundam starter deck just came out, and a lot of people managed to get their hands on it. It's going to be a pretty decent deck, and especially if you are able to boost it up with this booster pack, probably be decently competitive. But I guess the cards I'm looking for are actually more from the Seed series, like Freedom Gundam, and more higher than that is actually Providence Gundam, which is kind of like the antagonist of Mobile Suit. But that will be a huge improvement for Zeph if I can get my hands on that. And the other one I'm looking forward to, besides Freedom and Providence, is actually Ultra Long Gundam from Gundam Wing. So those are kind of the 30 cards I'm mostly gunning for, but yeah, we'll see how my luck holds when I open this pack. And that's actually quite a bit when you think about how much cars that I guess I was looking for like in the first 2 boxes. Well, second box I couldn't really find anything that I really like. Well, I wouldn't say anything. I think Empion would have been a contender, but you know, getting exact small keys has not been easy unless you manage to get your hands on a kind of wing starter. Hey, oddly, this box right here, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the same for everybody. It's slightly open, and I could just like tear it and like, you know, make it so that I could just grab the booster packs from the boxes. That's kind of more, I think, how it's made to sell. I'm probably just gonna open it like in a box-like way instead, like this. I don't have to worry about that lid completely gone. Wait, can you? Oh yeah, that's right. You can do it like this. You can do it. So I think it. It's probably easier if I actually take all the cards out. Go ahead and take them all. There should be 24 packs if you guys are wondering. The retail price for these packs are $5 each. And this whole box that I bought is exactly 120. 24 times 5, that's... yeah, 24 times 5, that's exactly $120. And that's exactly how much my local game, like local card shop, sold it for. So I was very fortunate to get a really good price. They're just trying to do their best to kind of make actual players happy. I think, yeah, I could kind of, if you wanted to make it look like this to kind of display. So that's kind of cool. That's something I don't think my other, the very first booster pack box I opened was able to do. Anyways, let's go ahead and put that towards the side. And let's move these up here. Kind of punch it out a little bit. Just knife away so I don't cut myself during the opening process. You know what? I'll use this box as a little garbage for now. How about that? Let's open our very first pack. Okay. So the very first pack has a little thing at the top that lets you kind of rip from. So we'll start from there. Towards Destiny. So I did do a little playtesting with my friends, and there's about like 6 different decks you can actually make from all the cards you can get here. And I would say that the Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans would probably be one of the best decks to make from this. Kind of weird, and especially if you have the starter deck, you're combining it, probably would go really well. Jupiterus. Okay. This is where colorblind me is kind of a bit hard to tell the difference. But that is blue and this is purple. Okay, this is the UC era. They're in the Zeta Gundam series. More purples. And Gundam 00 is also purple. It'll be in that purple pile as well. Yeah, I imagine this is also a really good upgrade for anybody who is trying to, again, find some cards to upgrade their Gundam 00 starter decks. Blue, that's UC, I believe. Steel Mackenzie, that's UC as well. Yeah, Gundam War in Pocket is one of the series that you can find in here, and you can make a pretty good Cyclops team deck from this as well. and this dog is one of them. Oh, yeah, and then this is Freedom Gundam Meteor. It's actually one of the uncommon cards I'm looking for. Surprisingly, that's a lower rarity, but I guess it's a pretty decent card if you're looking for like a really strong late game card to use as a white, and you don't have like, I guess, a wing card to use with that blocker set. Decent. I think it's okay. I kind of think like it should have had like more of a board wipe effect. It's weird that Justice Gundam has kind of the effect I was looking for instead of Freedom, but I guess it's there. I feel like what they should have done is give what Justice was doing Freedom, and then have Justice actually do more of a board wipe damage effect compared to like what Freedom was currently doing. Freedom was like doing like a weird thing where like if anybody damaged any triple ship, you see, it's kind of blurry. Try to focus it. Guess there you go. Yeah, it makes it so that it returns back an enemy unit that you have damaged with the triple ship alliance card, and that's okay. That means they kind of like, you know, when they redeploy that unit, it's gonna be at full health again. So you're kind of helping them to some extent, I guess. But in some cases, with some very smart cases, you're able to just, you know, remove a obstacle very easily away, to do kind of you know, to win the game. So it's very situational when this is going to be useful compared to, I guess, Justice. Once you pull him out and you link him, I guess I have to wait until I get him, but you're able just to send back not all, 3 cards from the other side back to the owner's hand, which kind of makes me feel like that's what Freedom should have done, and Justice should have done something different. Okay, let me refocus. There you go. Okay, vegan. This is a purple right here, I think. I believe, yes. Looks purple to me. That's from Gundam Age, and this is the pilot from Gundam Age right here. One of the main pilots. Yeah, I think Gundam Age is also another interesting deck to be able to make from this. If you get like the Gundam Age cards from the very first booster pack, combined with this, then you start to have something kind of very interesting to do. Oh, okay. Awaken Potential. This is actually one of the cards I'm looking for. It's a rare, the very first rare that we have. And yeah, this is actually one of the cards I'm pretty excited for, because like, say if your opponent attacks you, you're able just to send it back. If they're level 4 or lower, zoom in. Yeah, if they're level 4 or lower, then you could send it back, and that could kind of thwart some of their plans that they have when they're attacking you. Give you a little more control of the battlefield. But what's crazy is you're able to turn any unit to a blocker after like 2 these are actually in your trash. So there's a lot of fun things you could do with this. I'm excited to give it a try. Okay, so wait, this isn't the first rare. The first rare is actually probably you, right? Yeah, okay, I didn't notice it. It was a little bit shiny, but yeah, this pilot is a rare from Gundam Age. I'm gonna throw this back there. Resource card, which is Providence Gundam. I'm gonna scoot everything so it could kind of fit in the screen. And like that. These booster packs are kind of in the way. Let me move it like this. more space. Try to fit as much as I can on the screen. Yep. Again, we'll just have the rears kind of more on the top. And anyway, I think because the working potential is going to be one of the cards I plan to use, I think that's worthy of a sleeve. Let me go ahead and sleeve it. I would like to be able to sleeve everything, but I think I only have enough for like to be able to sleeve like 11 cards. Okay. Next pack. More purples from Iron Blooded. That is definitely not white. That is red. I'm gonna move this behind me. A red power. It's crazy I didn't have a red pound to now. White super block. That's gonna double the antagonist team. Purple. Yeah, I feel like this particular booster pack has a lot of purples. See, this card is such a joke. I just don't. When I was trying to play test, I just don't know how to use this card properly, if it is actually even possible. Okay. If you win somebody with that, I'd be so amazed. Sandrock. And first round, this one, Look of Determination. Ooh. Yeah, it's I think it's okay because when I was playtesting this card, I didn't actually find too many level 2 units I'd be able to use it against. But once you got 10 more cards in your trash, then it starts being pretty decently useful in level 4s down. But that just means you have to wait until late game to be able to use it. And where to go? This is SRA. I believe that is from the Gundam X. Probably one of the series I haven't watched yet. I don't fully recognize it, but there. Wait, is it an LR? No, it's just the rare. It's the rare. And our resource. Okay, pack number 3. Maybe I could put the resource up here. No, it's not rare. I'll probably move it down when I actually do get a rare resource. Okay. What do we have? We have blue Tripatus, red G Freed. That's for, you know, the Gundam G-Quox decks out there. And decks. Yeah, there's not much, but there are a few. Anything that involves Yan. Super block. It's kind of a joke card too. Kind of age. One of those cards I'm excited for if I get my hands on more age cards. Oh, manager? Oh yeah, because this is actually unicorn. It's crazy that it's a full armor unicorn that's like a common. Is it common or uncommon? It's a common. I guess it doesn't have. It's just like mostly a stat stick and doesn't really have any effects. Red. Another Christina. Another Freedom. Yeah, for those freedoms, I'll be decently kind of happy actually. Green. Protect is actually a pretty decent card. Lets you summon 2 tokens, which is G-Quox, and Red Gundam is just, you know, because of that, they're mainly stat sticks, obviously, but that's the reason why this card is kind of a high level, high cost card. It's too bad it doesn't have a burst, but I guess if it did, then we'd be a little bit too OP. Purple. Oh, and it's a rare. This is Z Gundam from Gundam Hathaway. Oh, my first LR and it's Providence Gundam. One of the Gundams I am looking for. Go ahead and sleeve you. And that's just a normal resource card. Yeah, really, really good card. Let me sleeve it very quick. It's because it increases all ZAF units by 2 AP during your turn. And for every 4 AP it has, it straight up do some ping damage against one enemy of your picking. It's really good at taking out small level enemies, but if you combine it with Raul, say who has a I'm out AP, he has 2, he's a 2-1, 2 AP, 1 health increaser, you're at 7-6 with this card, and any other like AP booster effects can easily get you to 8. Usually your bases are going to be the key thing, because Raul will be able to get a base from his graveyard. From the graveyard, and most likely it'll be AP increasing effect, and there are times I'm able to even boost this card up all the way to 12 and do 3 damage of any unit I'm picking whenever I attack. Ooh. Oh, and forgot, yeah. So Raul 7, it's 7. It gets 2 AP when during this turn, so it actually is at 9. It's 9-6 on attack already. Combine it with I think Aoku was called the base, the new base that came out. That's another 3 increase. That's 12. So 1 card play like with Raul and Providence, be able to do 3 damage and have a high damaging card right off the bat. Really, really interesting combo. But yeah, okay. Glad I have 1. I'll see if I can get more, better. Okay, I think we're on pack number 4. Yeah, I think people are going to be kind of a sleeper when they realize how good that card is. Because I think Zaft in general have a hard time hitting the AP thresholds it needs to be able to play well. But, you know, with all the cards we get from this pack, hitting those AP thresholds are much more easier. And now you also have a pretty good late game card available. Which is also what was missing. X Rounder. You see. Red. Yan. Pilot for G-Freed. Uncommon. Just for a second, kind of maybe thought it might be. Oh, and here's just the Gundam. Just this Gundam right here. Funny enough, is a uncommon. Yep. When linked, choose 3 enemy units with 3 less HP and return to owner hand. So if you have a lot of blockers that are 3 HP or less, they are no longer a threat. Kind of what I thought, like what Gundam should have done, but I guess it's just on justice instead. And what's crazy is it's a little bit hard to play because Atherin is only a red time right now. So this literally only really works if you had a red and white deck. You don't have a red white deck, you can't link, you can't use that effect. So this becomes a lot less useful. And then I have that, give me more options. And Rao, finally have a copy of Rao. He's a rare. And he's the pilot of Providence Gundam. Again, once you summon him, you're able to get a base, Zaf base, from your trash and to your hand. Pretty solid card, especially when the base is pretty solid. And I've seen games with that base, it's able to thwart the opponent's plan. The other card is Red Gundam, which is actually a red. I think the other red guns are green. Yeah, so Rao is definitely probably the top palette I'm looking for this booster pack. And I got it. Now I can get like three more copies of him. Hey, Red Gundam, let's go ahead and throw you. How good are you, actually? I heard people are pretty excited for this one. Oh, it's able to just do 2 damage when you rest one of your clans. That's actually pretty good. Free 2 damage. Well, it's not completely free, but an easy one, especially if you summon a clan unit that, can't be to attack anyways. Okay, a Dynamics resource card. And we're on now pack number 5. I haven't had a single green rare card yet. White, green. I guess we're starting to see a lot of the similar cards we've seen before. Red, white. Wait, typically white, but it's actually red. White, blue. Just yes. Green. Are you rare? You are rare. Turin Tatsi is a rare. Which has taunt when you have other block characters on play. It's been hard for me to actually be able to play super power block factions from Gundam Double. They're usually like high AP, low HP cards, so they're kind of very kamikaze like, and will most likely take down an enemy, whoever they attack, or whoever enemy attacks it. So you kind of have to play really aggressive with this deck. And I haven't been able to pull it off, and I tested that, but interesting card. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the Gundam HLR. And I think that's from Gundam as well. Our enemy side. So I think out of all the age units, this is actually one of my favorite age units. It actually plays pretty well too. Age is all about ramping up resources. You get a lot of EX resources and a lot of effects that applies when you get an EX resource card. So this would do it, and yeah, it has a taunt effect, so enemies can't ignore it when it's hided. First green. Yeah, I haven't played a full H deck yet, but I can see the potential in it. It'll be fun. I think people might be even like combining it with a wing deck, which generally has really good cards overall, just high cost and levels to pull off, and that card, Gundam H cards, might actually help you get there. Green, red. Soma. Soma Paris. More pieces. This card is actually a really funny card. I didn't realize this, but when we played it, it increases all link pilots by 2 AP, but what I didn't realize is that also includes your enemies as well, if they have link pilots. So pretty much a lot of units going down when this card gets played. Super Gundam, this is the Want to Be Freedom Gundam. Well, I guess it's just a lower AP version Freedom Gundam. That should be a decent card. I guess what the problem might be is it requires link, right? Blue, red. I think that's the first Mafia card I've seen. Blue. Oh, new pilot. It's Optimus Skiroko. I don't know if I'm pronounced correctly, but he's also a new pilot that I think a lot of people are excited for. If you're from the UC series, it's deck. The Jupiter deck is mainly all about repairing and getting effects on repairs. So really important if you're trying to run a Jupiter's deck. And what's the card behind it? L Strike Gundam. Go for a card. Decent card. It's blocker. Kind of combines what Strike Gundam does. You know, along with the blocker effects that most Strike Gundams have. But it requires Mula Flaga as the link condition, which is the one thing I've been like kind of iffy about. I guess if you like Mu, then good for you. Yeah, it might be better than, you know, the Launcher Strike Gundam that I usually would play. I guess in general, but I guess I do like using Kira with that Launcher Strike Gundam though. I guess I just have more option if I have Mu now. It's just hard to fit Mu into my seat deck. There's so many good command cards to use. Okay, let's see. Green. Cyclops theme. Or soft cup cards. Green. Blue. White. White. Blue. 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 Oh. This is the first. No, this is not the first, like, first celestial being, right? I have a lot of the super block ones, but first one for Double O itself, Double O team. Rare and rare. Oh, Rich Crew is an interesting card. You attack an active unit that isn't piloted. Raise is a blocker, has pretty good, decent stats. Does have a link effect though, which I didn't get to see when I was playtesting it much. There are 6 or more Galahorn cards in your trash. Oh, that's right, because it begins as a Galahorn card before it changes. Wait, does it? I kind of forgot. This is the unit that gets modified to like to the protagonist team. It's able to debuff the unit by 3. It's a good amount. It just requires a link to do it. Okay, green, you go here. Resource. Okay, so far our polls have been okay. Got one thing I was looking for, at least one of it. It's Providence Gundam. I don't know if I would get the other two, at least one copy of the other two. Oh, GX bits. It's probably a very fun card to use if you use Gundam X, which tends to kind of focuses on, like, you know, reviving cards from the grave. Red, white, blue, purple. That's purple, yep. Big gun. Blue, green. Oh, no, Dynamis, nice. But like out of all the Gundam double cards, I do like Dynamis quite a bit. Taking on that's purple. Another Justice Freedom Mirror, nice. I do each of those now. Green. Okay. Rare Jupiter's card. It has blocker and repair. Straightforward. And ooh, we have our Freedom Gundam, the new Freedom LR. Let's go ahead and move the resource out and leave you. This new Freedom card is like a blocker without being a blocker traded card. As long as you have it out and, you know, rested, shields cannot receive battle damage from units. So your shields are safe as long as you have a Freedom card out. That means you need to take it out before they're able to do anything. That's going to be a useful card. I don't think it's better than the, you know, the Freedom card from the original booster pack, but it is a lower cost. And if there are cards that are built to destroy blockers, like Trelon Gundam, for example, then, you know, your original Freedom will be in danger, but this new one is not. But at the same time, that also means that if you have any blocker effects, you can't really use that Freedom with those blocker effects requirements. Red, purple, blue, green, pilot. I have not watched that new movie for Unblooded Orphans yet. Is it new? I think it's new. It feels like it's new. I think it's recent. I'm not familiar with that card. Going Karma. After. Pilot for boss, that's purple. It's a million green and a wing. Blue unicorn. You know, when I played this card, I thought it would destroy the pilot unit with the pilot, but it actually just removes the pilot only. Zadra. So this is the rare. Is the rare? Yeah, yes, rare. Zadra. From Gundam Age. Ooh, Barbados Lupus. This is a R. Really good card for anybody playing Unblooded Orphans. By moving 3 Tekkaden or Tewas units cards from your grave, you're able to do 2 damage for every. Wait, it's not even every, like, once per turn. You can do as much as you want as long as you have stuff to burn from your grave. But since a lot of, like, you know, Iron-Blooded Orphans cards built on kind of discarding a lot of cards into your trash, should kind of gear up this card to do a lot of damage once you actually hit turn 7. Good card. Really good card, but if anybody has the other 3 cards I'm looking for, I would trade them that card for it. Those other cards I'm looking for, and people probably would be willing to do it. Because I think that's like the second most sought card of all the LRs from this deck, with Exia being the top one. Let's see. This one, blue. Another double O. Curios. Purple. Purple. Blue. Purple. Red. Oh. Are you rare? I think no, you're uncommon. Uncommon Barbatos. Wait. Eternal. Very familiar ship from Gundam Seed. But I think the effects on it are okay when it requires 2 Triple Alliance ship card to be able to bounce a level 4 or lower. It almost feels like they either have to lower the condition to like 1 triple ship or increase how high of an enemy bounce. But it feels a little bit steep for a 2-cost base that still only has 5 HP. And a effect that you most likely will have a hard time hitting. And even if you hit it, whether it's going to be useful during that game. But either way, it's a cool ship. I'm glad to have that. Rare card is Z Gundam. I actually don't know too much about. Wait, Eternal, are you rare? Oh, Eternal is actually a rare. Okay. Rare ship. Doesn't feel like a rare. The Gundam's white as well. And parched drink. How much do we have left? We have 14. So that means this is the 11th pack. Almost halfway. Purple. Red. Purple. White. Purple. Yep, I think the purple was higher than the rest. Purple. White. Purple. Red. Purple. Oh, yeah, purple. GN defense. That's a really good tank. Gundam decks. Zaku 2 effect. That's a rare. That's for the triple ship team. Not triple ship. Oh my god, Team Cyclops. Cyclops team. And you see, it's actually an interesting card because it's actually pretty weak if you play it early on at level 2. But once when you get closer to like mid to late game, where you have enough Cyclops team member cards in your deck, you're able to summon tokens. 2 tokens that makes it pretty much invulnerable to damage, battle damage. So you can get a lot of free hits in without it getting hurt. As long as those tokens are alive. And those tokens can't be set to active, so opponents will have to take those 2 tokens down 2 attacks before they're able to start damage as the Zaku. And if you play it with its pilot Bernard, he also gains more attack with more Cyclops team in the track. So he would hit harder around late game. So later you go. So nice card. And I think this is also the card that you get from the promotion you played the event. What's this? Gundam Virtual. And this is a alternative art card. So probably the very first plus card we have. Oh, we got a token. So we're definitely gonna sleeve you. Support card. Boost up attack. Hitting unit by 2 AP. It gains additional effect, right? It's not just a support, right? It does. When this unit deals battle damage to an enemy that's level 5 or lower, if you have any CB paths in play, you destroy the enemy unit. So basically, it destroys the card without it getting hurt at all. This is actually a pretty nice card. Getting low ads. Oh, it getting hurt. And you are purple. Okay. It's a good find. You like Gundam Double? One of my favorite series. Not as high as Seed, but definitely up there. Okay. White. Purple. Blue. Red. Purple. Red. Green. This card is actually one of the cards I thought was probably the better card in the Super Block deck. You return the paired unit to your hand. So basically, you always want to pair this unit up with this pilot. The pilot itself doesn't increase the stats too much, but it's a free increase pretty much. You never lose it because once it's destroyed, you get it back. It only works with that particular pilot. Oh, there's a Gundam X right here. Link may choose one unit card that's level 4 or lower from trash. Pay the card to deploy it. So again, it can revive cards from the grave. Good effect. And I think this next card is an LR. Yep, LR. Big O from the UC series. Oh, and a G-Quox Mega Cyclone. Map tactics card. But this one is a big chunky guy that has give another unit repair and any units that do have repair, when they attack, they can rest. They can rest an enemy whose level is equal or lower than the unit. So basically, it's kind of an anti-blocker card. Kind of, right? Where most of the blockers will get rested and you will heal from any skirmishes you do against another unit. So this is really important card if you're planning to use a Jupiter's deck. And you use it with that one rare pilot that I think I just covered, right? Yep. Use the pilot. Okay. going past the halfway mark. I think this is pack number 13. Okay, red, purple. That's definitely not where the purple goes. Red, white, purple, red, purple, purple, white. The rare red Gundam. That's like the rare red Gundam. Another rare Irin. Okay. Oh, and for this one, I have a... This is the NT Gundam resource card. With the turn to art. Well, it's not a turn to, just holographic version of it. I'm gonna move the common tokens and resources down and put that up there. So I have Freedom and Providence already. Still out for an ultra long Gundam. Why is this one pack? Oh, I'm looking up. Okay. Unicorn. Purple. White. White. Purple. Blue. White. Purple. Red. Nice. Synergy and armor type E. Purple. Oh. Talk about Ultra Long Gundam. There you are. Oh. Yeah, I call it Ultra Long Gundam. But I don't even know if it's... Oh wait, this is... This is also rare right here. I've been throwing some of the... No, I think a bunch of these other forms are actually more uncommon. But there's a rare version of it there. Yeah, okay. So I got at least one of each. Free token. One of each of the cards I was looking for. Booster pack. But Ultron Gundam is built to deal with those walkers that some people are complaining about being really meta. So I imagine that this card should be kind of good to kind of counter against that when you could almost kill a walker with everything you do. And with Breach, you also take out, you know, get a portion of shield as long as they don't have Argama as their base. Yeah, Breach 5. Will take out any base as long as it's not Argama. It's just a really high level card, so you have to wait until late game to be able to play it. But card that I'm mostly excited about. Pretty much, I switch out all of my like wing cards, like wing Gundams for Shenlong and Ultron Gundam. I have a pretty good decent deck. And I do like Wu Fei as a pilot too. He makes it so they can attack and destroy lower 3 AP or less units without taking damage. So I'm very excited to give that a try. Green. Wait. No, for some reason I think a lot of people from the playing G-Quox decks, the clan decks, are really excited for this card because it's a very low costing card that will get the clan effects working. Because like apparently like the way that deck works is it requires one other clan card to be in play to gain its effect. And I guess the cost for a lot of those cards are too high and hard time doing it at the early game, which this is supposed to really help them out. They're really excited for that card. Oh, heavy arms. Blue, red. Oh, first time I've seen dual Gundam here. Yeah, the Cyclops team is actually very similar to like the clan decks. Just like a lower cost version of them. Purple. You're a rare, right? A rare Barbatos Adept. 1 damage to 2 enemy to 1 ally and 1 enemy. Yaza? This is a blue. At 2 or other times of play, choose 1 enemy 2 at 5 or less HP and rest it. Okay. Guess that's why it's just a rare. Resource card. 9 more booster packs left. What makes this card number 16? 15? 15. 16. Either 16 or 15. Okay. Blue. Red. Purple. Red. Purple. Paint. That is a purple, right? Yep. Purple. It's hard for me to tell sometimes. Red. Purple. Another Justice Meter. I'm now at 3 of that. G-Bouncer is gonna age. Rares and rare. This is one of those cards from Gun Age that requires EX resources to be gained for it to play, and it gives a unit time maneuver. Pretty much straight up a really good tank. Return when you're taking deck, you receive damage. Choose 1 enemy and rest it. Yeah, pretty solid tank for Tekadon. Flag first card. Okay. Next booster pack. 17? Yeah, I think this is 17. Purple. White. Blue. Purple. Blue. Red. White. White. Purple. Oh. Gundam Death L. Just a rare. XR okay. Deploy and one of your team members can attack an after target. Which is okay compared to like the death size that kind of give you first strike. And Camper from the Cyclops team. Oh, and that one's an LR. And we got one of the Abloons from for the Zaku 2. Yeah, pretty much makes it so that all of your Cyclops teams are able to attack any active unit. But what's also interesting is one of those few units that has a burst effect, which returns a pilot from your trash to your hand. But it pretty much acts like a wild pilot card. The game. That was my last of my sleeves, so hopefully I don't need any more sleeves. But at the same time, if that's the case, then that means I don't have any good cards the rest of the polls, right? I think card number 18. Maybe I do want to be in a case where I wish I had more sleeves. Just gonna have to wait until more sleeves come by. Crazy how long it took. I thought it would come sooner. Just age, purple, blue, green, blue, blue, red, a third GN armor type E. Oh, I got a Gundam H palette. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite Gundam H palettes of the palettes. Wonder how that's how it's going to be in the card game as well. They pretty much just give you Breach and 1 AP. And he has a very high amount of AP already. And you're actually a rare. Okay. And then Triptris. It's a rare base. You can rest a unit. This base. Camper. No, one things I actually do really want to see is a SP card. It's one of the new special art cards. It can be special art cards of cards that are not normally in this deck or in this booster pack box. But those artworks on those cards are really usually really nice. You can find one. So far, seems like it's unlikely as I'm nearing the end of my full session. Red, red, blue, green. I can't believe this is my first high GOG. Okay. Blue, red. Huh? Proof Technique. It's a rare. It's actually a pretty good card. Certain that could do 3 damage. And when you have more cards, more of these cards in your trash, then you could just pick any unit to do 3 damage. A really high amount of damage there. Oh, what do we have here? LR Pequox. It's actually a pretty good card. It's almost like the Exia version of Pequox. Yeah, Exia can, like, you know, take out 2 shields and take out a unit in 1 attack This one kind of makes it so that it could do damage of any unit of your picking, but also gains that double shield damage in this attack. So really good card. Really good card for those clan. And players. Goes here. Sadly, I don't have a sleeve for you. No. Harvest token. Kind of a hard token to play, because that requires the command card order, which requires your enemy to have 4 cards to actually be able to play this token. Nearing the end. This is pack number 20. Got some really good LRs so far. And not really any duplicates of those LRs so far either. Red. Purple, blue. Purple, 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 blue, green. Oh, there's a Bernard Wiseman, the guy that, you know, again, doesn't have any AP initially, but as there's more Cyclops team pilot cards and command cards in your trash, that'd be unique, so you can't loop this on count. It's probably an annoying card to kind of calculate the AP, but you know, once you have all of them in your trash pile, I think you can at least gain 4 to 5 AP. So pretty strong card late game. Ram Eager, you're a rare white pilot. It's kind of like a returns a card to the hand. It's a bouncing card. Healthy Curiosity. Definitely the alternative card for this one looks a lot more better. But it just, I imagine this will gain a lot more attention because it's just a draw 1 card. But you have more cards in your trash of this card than you can heal. Healing unit by 4. Healing's okay in this game. But the draw makes it so that it's kind of like a free card and it's cheap with 1 cost. So it's probably going to get a lot more usage for sure. Okay, let's see. Pack 21. I'm close to the end. I haven't got anything too crazy yet. It's kind of all like standard rarity cards. Blue. Green. Blue. Green. Purple. 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 Red. Green. I feel like that piecemeal and base is probably very decent, right? You cover 2 to a Gundam Wing card. And you do battle. Yep, definitely one of the better ones for sure. Compared to the greens I've seen in bases. White. Not rare, right? Nope. Common. Purple Pilot. Oh, another Awakened Potential. Like those. Sports card. Pack number 22. Purple. Green. White. White. Blue. Yan. Christina. Green. Blue. Oh, it's a rare Curios. Which is actually kind of good for stats. 5-3. Yours in general, I guess, has high AP in like raw. Destroys the enemy unit with battle damage. Deal 1 damage to all enemy units. Level 3 or lower. Good at clearing all those weaker mobs. And in virtual, the normal one that is not in terms of art. Source card. Okay, down to our last 2 packs. Which makes this pack number 23. Yeah. It's like my my model broke, so it's gonna have to kind of go away for a bit. Probably better for you to be able to see the cards anyways. The resource cards. Green. We're gonna get into the tail end anyways. Blue. Blue. Purple. White. This is the first Union flag. You're a common card. It's crazy that I didn't see you. Oh, there's the base that I was talking about. Check-in duel. It's a Palku earlier, but that was technically UC version of this. But yeah, you gain 3 AP during this turn. So this one turn, you get 3 AP out of a unit you're choosing. It's strong with Round Crusade and Providence Gundam. I still have one of those at least. Red. Red. White. Oh, so we have Penelope. The rare for this one. Which can rest enemies. Oh, alternative art Kafir. This is an LR plus, so this is probably the most valuable card that I have pulled so far. I think Kafir is one of those fan favorites. The resource. I feel like I really need to sleeve this card right here. Oh, just take the leaves from the art cards. Oh, you know what? I think I have temporary sleeves I can use. I'll use those for a second. Okay. So this is like the sleeves of some of the cards that I bought. I think comes in, so that's gonna be better than nothing. I can re-sleeve it when I get the more better quality sleeves. Okay, one more pack to go. That LR camper isn't like, you know, probably the best LR plus one to get. Probably Exia or Barbatos is probably the better one to get, but definitely gonna be more valuable than most of the LRs that we've seen so far. Red, purple, white, white, red, red, green, purple, another freedom, so that's, I'm at 3 with that one. Another, the new bases. Oh, the Guaz commander attack. That's gonna be good. This is kind of surprised that I'm only getting this just now. It's probably one of the cards I'm actually looking of all the rare threats to get. This is the card that kind of can boost one card, but also, well, it boosts 2 cards. One will gain 1 AP, the other one gaining 2. So when you use this effect, right, you have one card's at 1 AP, and then you could choose another Zaf unit, and that one gets 2 AP. I guess that'd be Zaf. This could work with non-Zaf with the first one, with the 1 AP, but the second effect is going to gain 2. So overall, you can give it all to 1 unit and gain 3, which is really big for those like 2 cost units that needs 5 AP. But its effect, it's kind of like, you know, Buster Gundam's kind of able to do the same thing. Buster Gundam can be activated twice, but this one's just able to spread the AP in case you have like a 4 AP Zaf unit that only needs 1 AP, and if another one needs that 2, then it spread that out. Also a decent amount of stats, and it does work with Rao, so definitely one of the cards are really good to get. What's the last rare that I get? Stressia? It's okay. Probably sleeve that LR, make a Psycom later. Okay, this is a okay final pull. I guess the Guaz is actually the star of that one. My final token. Okay, well, I guess with that, my unboxing of Steel Requiem is done. I got at least 1 LR of each of the LRs I was looking for. Some of the Awakened Potential for, you know, that I'm looking for as well. So, bit of everything. Obviously, I kind of want twice of the things I'm looking for at least. And hopefully some of those people who are willing to trade. Because now that my friends are kind of getting really into the game, they're probably going to get booster packs themselves and have 4 cards to trade with me. And hopefully I can get some of those cards I need. And especially when there is a lot of supply this time around, hoping that it's not so hard to find these cards. And I got a decent amount of pluses in terms of arts. And I kind of imagine there are going to be more crazier pulls out there. And hopefully you're the one who's watching might get something nice when you open these booster packs yourself. But alright. Anyways, I think that's it for me. So for those who are opening any booster pack boxes yourself or booster packs, wish you all the luck and hopefully you guys around in the future. So thanks for watching and see you guys later. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.